Zeke Black is in the building. Super salute to West Side St. Louis. Super salute to East Harlem. Salute to the world, man. A few things. I was in Clubhouse this morning. Shout out to Gotti Gang. Shout out another page I was on. That we had a great dialogue, great conversation. It was about country world affairs, because every clubhouse is different, and sometimes you gotta have these grown conversations. You know what I'm saying? And we was touching on a topic that dealt with England, Great Britain. The GW was popping. And we was touching on the courts, and I had to ask a question. I said, I want to ask you a question. What's popping, y'all? Y'all, Judge was popping. You know, saying was good. So, as we touched in on the courts, I asked him, is England court in Great Britain, is that the same court that they would have in Canada as well as Jamaica? Or other properties like that's a part of Britain. And some people said yes, and something about the Marines. I don't know. I gotta do my due diligence to check it out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to Southside Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And exactly, we up. And definitely, you know what I'm saying? So it was the Parliament. Okay, is that what all those countries have in common? So if I caught a case in Canada, would it be like the same court as in Great Britain? Or if I caught a case in Jamaica, is it the same court as Britain? So he's having a conversation on communism, socialism, and I was just, so I asked the question. I said, is Canada courts the same? You know what I'm saying? That'd be salute to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to MMB Valley and all of them. You know what I'm saying? That'd be, I know I support the low lives. You know what I'm saying? And I also, boom, okay, that's what I want to know. So I can catch a case in Canada, and that paperwork would be somewhat sort of the same as in, or even some certain parts of Africa. So it's just definitely 050 China during the movement. So it was just something to have a conversation about. And I learned something, because I didn't know that. He was like, yo, it's all basically the same thing. That be salute to Frank Luciano. Was popping. Definitely 050 China Brim movements in the building. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of things we're going to touch on. No, Charleston White was in town. He was on Clubhouse. And shout out to Info Minds, E-Bands for recording the content. And there's some things that he may have said that was crazy. That we thought was crazy. You know, I was up there. You check out Whack 100's IG post. He tagged Joe Biden. I was up there. I got shout out to Sky though. But I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was in the mix. I was in the mega mix. I was in the building though. But Trife spoke first. Trife Gangsta. Salute. Trife Gangsta spoke first. And I guess he said some things to Charleston White. Charleston said something and Trife is gone. I see, you know, she shots my man E-Bands, you heard? And Charleston White said something that was weird because he mentioned something about, hold on, this is what he said. This is his words. These is his words. It's what Charleston White has said. These are his words.
You rape white woman? You goddamn right we grew up raping white hoes, nigga. Let's get it out. I didn't raise on them white bitches. Look. Yeah, we grew up raping white bitches in the South. And they my Facebook friends right now today. Hold on, funny, bro. Look. Yeah, and they my Facebook friends right now today, nigga. Yeah, them same white bitches my Facebook friends. Look, Charles, hold up. 50 shades of break. Hold up. Yeah, they still right by the city.
Now, when he said that caused a whole lot of where we at now. That's on Whack 100's page. It caused a whole lot of chaos, and then he broke down why he said it, and then his logic was like, you see, everybody's having an uproar over me saying allegedly that he raped white women, but he was just in, like he said, he was in costume. But when it comes to the sisters, we don't protect the sisters that's been getting raped, or even the African American culture for over 400 years. We don't have these debates about this. We don't have these conversations. So, I don't know what happened day 2 and day 3, but I guess Trife Gangsta was saying some things. You know what I'm saying? And I guess Hassan Campbell got a little upset. Now, this is my take on this, right? You know, I applaud Trife Gangsta. I don't know him physically. I've seen the work that he's done. I've seen the work that he's on my end. I'm just saying on the eye. He other than running for Brooklyn Borough president, which takes a lot of cojones. It takes a lot of cojones to run for Brooklyn Borough president. He also, you know, he was out there fighting the power. You know, out there, you know, trying to stop street violence. He had the GMAC organization. He was on the news a couple of times with Lisa Evers and a host of others, getting the message out, you know what I'm saying? Definitely to the youth to stand up for something, you know what I'm saying? But you know, he's human. And I think a lot of times we want people to remain in costume. And sometimes when the human come out of somebody, we all realize as an African American culture that we don't hate everybody. We have a lot of anger, but there's not a lot of hate. So sometimes when you might go, well, why are you arguing? Because Charleston White said that Charleston White doesn't want to be, you know, with the white woman situation, because people are human, and over the years you do begin to connect. You do begin to connect with Caucasians. Like I said, in 2021, it's not like 1890 or 1901. There's more diversity. Some of people's best constituents are Caucasians. So now it's like, yo, you saying that, you bugging. People see things differently. Now, from a militant mind, we do react. Sometimes we react without thinking. Emotionally, right? We will say emotionally, but this is say out of control. How many times somebody slapped you in the back of the head and you just turned around, yo, whoever did that shit, I'm gonna pop off, I'm gonna punch you in the head. How many times we've done that in our lifetime? Not even thinking like, yo, he was just playing with me. Because those are the environments that we grew up in. Sometimes to get our point across, we would have to say something that's crazy. Yo, this nigga out of that. What the fuck is he talking about? Now, so that's on the point of what I'm gonna say. My piece on Trife Gangsta. You know, his brother passed away being a good guy. When I mean a good guy is, you know, he supported Troy Ave, and the night went long, and he passed away. And that's what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? It's never, you know, it's never. Sometimes, man, just because, right? Somebody said something was said to me a couple of days ago. Somebody said, yo, Zeke, do you feel somebody's guilty by association because they may be cool with somebody who killed somebody? And somebody asked me that. And I said, when I was younger, right, a situation happened and the guy passed away. His team didn't come back to kill us, or we didn't go to war with them, because they knew what he did, one. But forget what he did, one. We was just there. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, not we, but you know, whoever was there was there. Y'all didn't do it, so you know what I'm saying? So I can't, no matter how I feel, you know what I'm saying? I can't take it out on you. You know, we got these street philosophies that, you know, I'm gonna say, Trife's mother, she don't need her son in jail, man. Eventually they do it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Eventually they do it to themselves. This is what they do. Eventually they do it to themselves. And when they do it to themselves, not saying that we was in jail on Casanova, right? But look where Casanova's sitting at right now. In the penitentiary. So why I gotta kill you for when the lifestyle that you're living is gonna lead you to the hellfires? You know what I'm saying? Not wishing jail on nobody, but it's done with the factual and facts. know what I'm saying? But we have to think about the families, the kids, the twins. That when Trife was going back and forth to the penitentiary, the twins, that his kids, they watching his good work, and they're watching that over a situation. Damn, Dad threw it all away. Believe it or not, it was a conscious decision to go, you know what? I'm not gonna do nothing to Casanova, man. So that's just my take on it. Maybe because I'm not a violent individual. Maybe I'm looking at it from a humble and just thinking about sometimes we have to take the selfish role out. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, if Trife would have killed Casanova, it would have been purely to entertain us. The bloggers, and the newspapers. That's just my take on it. Like I said, that's just my take on it. Like everybody have their take on situations and all this other craziness that they throw out there. That's my take on it. That's just my take on it. I'm cool with Hassan too. I respect what Hassan do. You do what you do. You say what you say, and I get it. I understand it. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on Trife. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on Trife. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Hassan Campbell as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand he's coming from a revolutionary standpoint. How you want to pop his top off, but you want to pop a judge top off, and this is real. This. Shout out to 050 China Brim, the movement, for showing this footage from Hassan Campbell last night. Shout out to Hassan. You know what I'm saying? That's my geyser. Now, what led to this? Even though for 3 days. Go to E-Bands. It's on E-Bands video. You have all this information about. A lot of people was just talking about the rape thing that he said. That, you know what I'm saying? But he was just saying that for shock value for us to have these conversations and go what side we on. A lot of people have diverse minds. They're not so as pro-black no more. You can't. And then also it was said that I guess Charleston White said, "I don't like you dudes in the North because you're not like us in the South." But we you know what I'm saying? Y'all had it bad. Yeah, y'all had it bad, but we had it bad too. Y'all had Jim Crow laws on 100. We had Jim Crow laws on 80. Jobs. We was poor. We had no rights. Police punch us in the face, kill us. Certain things that it's just that it wasn't as racist in our face. It was racist through the laws, through policing, through hospitals, through economics. That's the racism that New York State had, me growing up. But see, I'm looking at it from a New York City perspective. Albany, New York, a lot of African Americans work for the state. You know what I'm saying? State of New York. But it took me to come to Albany, New York to see that. Oh shit, there's mad homeowners out here, African Americans. You know what I'm saying? The only way you seen that was Brooklyn and Queens. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that y'all look at it from, y'all, because we're a little more free-minded. We speak a little more freely because y'all been beat up for so long. Y'all been beat so long mentally that y'all are not so free-minded. You know what I'm saying? We walk around like we don't care. Because that's the freedom that we had in New York State. It was just like that movie 12 Years a Slave, right? Remember that 12 Years a Slaves, where the guy was a free African in New York, or wherever he was from, and then he went to the South, and they bust him over their head and threw him in chains and put him on a plantation. Same thing. So this has been going on for decades and decades and decades. We get it. The Midwest was the gateway out of slavery, out of Jim Crow. Not slavery, out of Jim Crow. You went from having no rights in Alabama to going to Chicago and having some type of rights, some type of freedom, right? Emmett Till came from the Midwest and went down south. He must have been the freest black in that town. He was not only just hated by the Caucasians, he was hated by African Americans who were scared that he was a troublemaker. The things he did, they couldn't do. Not they was mad that they couldn't do it. They was just scared to stand around somebody who looked at a white woman, who walked in the store. What you said? Who probably when the bus pulled up, I'm not sitting in the back of the bus. I'm not scared of them. Because where he's from in Chicago, or wherever he was at, there wasn't that type of energy. So you have to understand, listen to the history, go through the facts. So of course, if Emmett Till went down south and got that type of behavior, imagine us going from New York going to Alabama in 1930, 1925. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game, man. This is not a game. So now Hassan Campbell, shout out to Hassan Campbell. That's my geyser, Bronx River. You heard? Courtesy of 050 China Bring the Movement. I think it'd be a great conversation between on the Clash of the Titans, Trife and Hassan. But there has to be a respect. And you gotta respect the mute. You have to respect the mute button, because us as African Americans, we do have a habit, all of us, of speaking over each other. So when you hit the mute button, you don't get all yo and you're against me and get all and let it go left. You mute the button because you gotta learn to shut the fuck up. Let the man speak, and then when we mute you, you say what you say, because your rebuttal could wait until he finish. You don't have to rebuttal somebody in the middle of you say something, then I say something in the middle of me saying what I'm saying. Nah. That defeats the purpose of you talking. Conversation is you speak and he speak. Did you ever go to a lecture, a competition? One person speaks. Okay, you got 5 minutes. You see the debates on national TV. You see it. The presidential debates, the mayor debates. You speak, say your piece. What's your rebuttal? And a lot of times, don't even have a rebuttal. Just speak what you feel. Okay, that's what he said. So what you think about this? You know, and those type of debates will show you how to do a debate, a proper debate. What Trump is doing was just being disrespectful, because he wanted to be the disrespectful guy. But that's not how you do a debate. A debate is, have you ever been in debate class? Have any of y'all, like, I'm not going to believe that there's 1,000 people on YouTube that never went past 8th grade. Real debate, shout out to Miss Playful. Real debates is, that's it. You say your piece, mute, talk. Because if I have to cut you off in the middle of you responding to me, that means that I was just freestyle. You know what I'm saying? You shut the fuck up, let them speak. Okay, boom, hit the mute button. Don't go, yo, you out to get me. Y'all niggas got conspiracy theory. Y'all niggas, you're setting me up. It's none of that. Let the people speak. That will be a dope Clash of the Titans. But y'all niggas gonna have to be grown. That's the way that he presents himself. You say what you say, okay, boom. You still say what you say, just because you insult me. Let me tell you something. There's tactics in war. There's tactics in war, right? So tactics in war is, me and you can have a conversation, right? Right? Then, in a tactical war, is to knock the conversation someplace else. I come at you. Bitch ass nigga, you dirty ass hat, look at your funny ass feet. So now, whatever we're talking about, we're not even talking about that no more, because now it's me and you, and we're just being disrespectful. Changes the topic, right? Am I correct? What y'all gotta do is y'all gotta have self-esteem. The kahunas. Y'all gotta have kahunas. You know what you gotta say when you have that? When you have the kahunas, the great kahunas. You know what you said? I don't care. You just call me a bum nigga, a sucker nigga, a snake. I'm still going to say. This is the topic. Stay on topic. Okay, that's what you have to say. So you said 2 things that dealt with the actual topic, but everything else is I'm a bitch ass nigga and I'm a sucker nigga and I'm this and the third. Okay, so I'm going back to the topic. And this is why I'm here. I'm not here to go back and forth with you. And that's what dudes got to do. This is what you learn in debate class. I learned that shit in debate class by accident. Because I was cutting class one day. You know what I'm saying? In Norman Thomas, shout out to Norman Thomas High School, East 33rd Street. My high school was a business school. Norman Thomas was a business school. So they had the debate classes. I'm on a high-speed chase. I jumped in the class. Because one thing about me, I was cool with the teachers. The teachers loved me. Certain teachers just love Zeke. So I went around, hit in the class, boom. Like, yo, once you get in the classroom back then, you was safe. They couldn't snatch you up out the classroom back then. Whatever classroom you ran up in, because you just couldn't be in the hallways. That's why dudes would go to the lunchroom, because you were safe in the lunchroom. Once they called the first lunch, you was good. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't snatch you up out of it. So I went with this business class. Shout out to my teacher. Her daughter was down with her daughter was doing the record with the Juice Crew All Stars when Marty Moore had that Warner Brothers deal. I don't know if her daughter's name was MC Peaches or whatever her daughter's name was. I think it was MC Peaches, but I think it was MC Peaches, but it was the girl she had a record deal. That was her daughter. She used to have debate classes. And that's how I met one of the twins that's Malcolm X's daughter, because one of Malcolm X's daughters was her friend and was one of her friends that she grew up with in Queens. That's how I got a job with D'Agostino with the same teacher. But more of the fucking story is she taught us how to debate. She had debate sessions. She had debate sessions. And in these debate sessions, we would have boom, and have these conversations, and she taught us how to converse with each other. Stay on topic. Stay on topic. You don't let anybody distract you in a debate. We're here for the debate. You say what you want to say about me, but I'm here for what I'm here for. You don't distract the debate. That's what Trump did. And ever since y'all watch people like Trump that distracted those debates to insults, people follow that trend. So what's the sense of me going and having a debate with you if you want to be funny and be a comedian? But if we're going to have this debate, let's have the debate on these issues. And that's the proper way you have a debate, man. Now back to, shout out to 05 Chocolate Brim. Shout out to Hassan Campbell. Hold on a second. You know, shout out to Ivan Chatter out there. Now this is Hassan Campbell last night from his show. Courtesy of Hassan Campbell, because this is his content, and courtesy of 050 Chocolate Brim, who got the clip of him speaking upon Trife.
Trife, Gangsta. You fake ass politician. Yeah, I said it. You fake ass politician. Where's the outcry to get that judge removed out of office that sat up there and called black people cockroaches and niggas? What up, Trife? You gonna smack Charleston White because he said something about white people, but you don't have nothing to say about white people that call black people cockroaches and have control over their life and their freedom. You got a white woman ruling and judging over black men that called them cockroaches and niggas. Where you at, Trife? But you gonna smack Charleston White, right? You gonna smack Charleston White, but you ain't do nothing to cashing over the nigga that aided and abetted in the death of your brother. May he rest in peace.
The caption says, wow, there was a lot of shots going off yesterday that need to be addressed. This will be the greatest debate ever. You know, Hassan Campbell versus Trife Gangsta. Both influential brothers go head to head on the Clash of the Titans if possible. If you think we'll win, if you think you would know who win this, who you think will win this debate? I think the biggest winners of that debate would be the people, because it'd be knowledge born and understanding. You get some type of knowledge out of it. It'll create a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my take on it. Like I said, I fuck with Hassan, and I fuck with, I don't know Trife, but I support Trife. You know what I'm saying? Hassan's take on that is you want to slap Charleston White, but why you ain't speaking about these judges that called us niggas and roaches? Whoever state that is. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's respectable. That's understandable. We get it. We get it, man. We definitely get it. Now, I hope that those two men can reach out to each other and not go on Clubhouse with this. Really go to a real debate where you say your piece, mute up, and have 3 rounds. Say your piece, mute up. And the reason why we have to mute you niggas up because a lot of you niggas you don't have the discipline to shut the fuck up when somebody else is speaking. You get your point out. No, but I'm saying though. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. Y'all have your conversation, and that's it. And then we can show other people how to debate. You want to teach the youth how to speak to each other. That you speak them. We have to show them because we're the worst at it. Us adults, we don't know how to have a conversation and shut the fuck up when somebody else starts. You know what I'm saying though? So those little things is what's getting dudes killed. That's getting dudes shot at. Because we don't know how to shut the fuck up. They watch us all day, not even on social networks in the house. Yo, wash it, clean the dishes. I'm saying, da, da, da. What you said? And then we begin to insult each other. So a lot of shit ain't lunked online. It's us. How many times have we seen Caucasians argue in public? One person speaks, another person speaks, they hear each other out, either they agree or they disagree, and we out of here. Boom. You don't see that? I'm pretty sure it happens, but we don't see it. They wait till they get to the car, they go through what they going through. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the power of the people. You having an influence over people, because that's where the number one problem is getting dudes killed is the communication level. We don't know how to communicate with each other. That's what's getting dudes killed. Simple arguments, right? Simple words. Yo, why he smoking for? Yo, he said some crazy shit about me online. That's called communication. Have y'all? So now, if you have people that have influence, that have a conversation, right? A great conversation, where they can have a conversation, disagree on something, and nobody dies, then maybe people will learn how to have a conversation with each other. We have being intelligent is a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? Cuzzo Dice is in the building. Cuzzo Dice is in the building. Cuzzo says, I don't see Dice Blood New York. That's Cuzzo. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Hassan on the front line ever. All he do is take shots at others from behind the camera. See, what we have to stop doing, Dice, is we have to allow people, everybody fights a war differently. Some people fight wars physically. Some people fight wars over the camera. Some people fight wars through the newspapers. That's where we go wrong at. Because we feel somebody has to go outside. Why you ain't see it to his face? Why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? How did Hitler, what's the one thing that Hitler did that we all speak about? Right? Now, I'm not that. I appreciate that, Ernest. What's the one thing, what's the one thing, right, that Rudolf Hitler did that pissed America off, other than all that he's done? All that he's done. The one thing that was a shot at us without coming to America. What's the one thing that he did that made the world look at America a little different, that he used his stage for, that his stage was used for? That one thing he did, we know we know about Poland, we know about, that all that was foul. That was just another thing. That was a major thing. That was major. But what's that one thing that he did that was a major slap in America's face? He didn't come to America to do it. He did not come to America to do it. He didn't come to America to do that. When Jesse Owens won the Olympics, he treated Jesse Owens like a king in Germany. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? On camera, 5-star treatment. He had to sleep in the basement. He slept on top floors. He's walking around. And at that point in time, Germany was the worst when it came to race relations. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? But you treated that one man on camera. That woke other countries up. Wait a minute. Because in America, he didn't have those rights in the South. That's that one thing he did. And how did he use it? Through the media. So think about this. You're watching a newspaper in the South where you see an African American man hugged up with a bunch of Caucasian sisters. You know what I'm saying? Photos of him coming out of 5-star hotels, opening up car doors for him. That wasn't going on in America, bruh. So you're gonna have the people that know how to play on the media. And that's where we lose at. Because we start thinking, nah, this should be real. Nah, if he was really real, everybody fights a different battle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what he does. This is how he gets his money. Like everybody else. When you do the news, you don't talk about what happened to you in life. You speak about everyday actions. You gotta have you know what I'm saying? We gotta have the Don Imus. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm saying too, really, out here, Dice says this, trying to make a difference in the field on the front line, advocating for change and reform, the streets going against the violence. And you feel Hassan is all talk. But why does Hassan has to, like, why do we put people on these pedestals? Why does Hassan got to be in front of a school yelling and screaming? Like we don't believe that some of the things that Hassan say makes, if don't create conversation? You know what I'm saying? Everybody fights a war differently. You know what I'm saying? He's a media personality. That's what he is. If he was on Hot 97, Charlamagne the God is just like him. The only difference is Charlamagne the God is in the industry. So he's outside because he's being paid to go outside. When you see Charlamagne at a dinner, they're paying him to go to be at this dinner because he's most likely hosting it. When he goes to these events, it's because he's being paid for that. Because nobody takes shots at people for? Because he knows how to argue with people. That's why. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He knows how to take the conversation someplace else. So it's an art of warfare. He knows what he's doing. And I'm just saying, I'm just speaking about he knows what he's doing. Good example. Look at academics. He has nothing to do with Chi-Town. He's not GD. He's not BD. He's not a VL. He's not a four-corner hustler. He's none of that shit. But he trolled little issues and picked the area, which is known as O Block, I guess, and focused on all their little violence in that little circle. And look where it got at. He's never was in front of 63rd or 62nd Street. But all he did was, yo, send me information what goes on out there. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, boom, 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 cheap, keep. You know what I'm saying? So this is what dudes do. They watch other people. Wait a minute. He's making millions. He made millions off of. And talking about Act. Just for the last 2-3 years, Act was calling Jim Jones all type of clowns, corny, right? Jim Jones, Meek Mills, call all the, you know what I'm saying? After all the shit he said about them, Jim Jones has words with somebody in the bar. Coming out of the restaurant, Prime 11. Freddie Gibbs. Now, Freddie Gibbs posted up that he don't have a scratch on his face. But we can honestly say that there was an altercation. He may not got punched all in the head, but probably his man, you know, the groupies always get it because the groupies jump out the window. Just because of that one action, all of a sudden, academics, even if nobody got punched in the head, he didn't create the narrative. Vlad did. He put the information out. Yo, there's a brawl. Boom. He don't like Freddie Gibbs anyway. All right, boom. Jim Jones, I don't care if you punched him or not. You said something to that fool. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't do nothing to you. So I'm going to do is I'm going to show love to you, Jimmy. And what is he doing? What has academics been doing for the last 2 days? Posting Jim Jones up. You know what I'm saying? He just went with the narrative. What? Boom. He wasn't. Now, was academics at the prime, whatever you want to call it, was he at the restaurant? Not at all. You know what I'm saying? He's seen the content allegedly from Vlad TV. But since he don't like Freddie Gibbs, I don't care if he punched him or not. Don't say, you see the story they put out there. Yo, they punched him in the head, he fell, and Jimmy kicked him in the head and all this shit. It was good for TV. What happens now? When's the last time we cared about Young Bird, the hitmaker? When's the last time we really sat at the table and said, yo, what's up with Young Bird? You know what I'm saying? But because Jim Jones did one thing, you screamed on them, and that's all it took. They had nothing else. If somebody had some footage, you had a bunch of yelling, okay? So you stepped to him, and he didn't have that energy that he be talking all day. He ain't punch you in the face. He ain't slap you. But that's the whole thing. When you talk crazy online, when you finally bump heads with somebody, they expect you to take the first swing. I ain't gonna lie to you. They expect you to take the first swing. Win, lose, or draw, you're supposed to take the first swing. And when you don't take the first swing, then, yo, you talking about you want to fight me, but you seen Jimmy, and now you want to talk. Even if you yelling and screaming, but you ain't swinging. Now he's promoting Jim Jones to a younger crowd. His audience now. You think Jimmy mad? Nah. You think Jimmy's hit him up and said, take that down because Meek Mills is my man? You keep going in on Meek? No. This is free advertisement. Y'all gotta, there's a line with this media stuff I realized, right? I had over, let me tell you something. I went gold. I had an album out. I just went gold. I just went gold. Think about this, right? Because I seen a video with Freddie Gibbs, and he's walking, and he ain't got no cuts, scratches, no bruises. Believe it or not, something really did happen. It's probably one of his little groupies that jumped in, just like we seen at the 3-6 Mafia, the guy with the all white on. He didn't look like a rapper. He's just a guy in the team that's start swinging. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It happens. Sometimes dudes, what you said? Oh, wait a minute. Now, do I think Jimmy did it because he has an album out with the Migos for clout? He has an album out. I don't know. I just think that Jim Jones had to involve. Jim Jones sometimes is luck. Sometimes it's luck. It falls in your lap. Think about it. He's in the restaurant chilling. Guess who's here? You know what I'm saying? Or guess who pulls up? This nigga. Sometimes niggas troll niggas. Oh, word, Jim Jones at Prime 11? I don't know. I wasn't there. Let's pull up over there. Clout is clout. Win, lose, or draw. Clout is clout. Free advertisement. Y'all, you know what's so funny? But I'm pretty sure if I see Jim Jones, we're going to have some words. Might take a couple of good swings. But all that advertisement he got is free advertisement. Even if I say he beat Freddie Gibbs up, it's advertisement. It's going viral. Spotify, podcasters, people, 105.1, guess what? Morning report. According to certain accounts and allegations, Jim Jones, boom, Hot 97 radio. So it all works for Jimmy. For those that think he's an old nigga, then they go online, these young boys ain't coming to us old niggas. You know what I'm saying? They're not coming over here. Let me tell you something. My age group, right, that I reach, that I'm speaking to, the age group that I'm speaking to is, let me show you something. I got my analysts. You know what I'm saying? What do you call that? Analytics. You know what I'm saying? See, I have a handicap too. I stutter a lot. I got that list shit. You know what I'm saying? So I stutter too. You know what I'm saying? I have a disability. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean? My reach. My audience, right? Now listen, the age group, this is my audience. From 13 to 17 is 0%. From 18 to 24 years old is 1.3%. From 25 to 34 years old, I have 23.5%. From 35 to 44, I have 47.9%. So have you noticed when I do videos about Young Dolph or A-Roy, I don't get no views, not because people don't like me, it's because that's not my crowd. That's not the crowd that I pull in. I pull in an older crowd. 45 to 54, 24.1%. So my biggest, and I got a 55 to 64, which is 3.1%. Understand your market, right? So when somebody goes, Zeke, why you really don't do the new hip hop? I don't have a crowd for that. From 25 to 34 is 23.5. That means I really can't talk about the young, like I could probably get away with a Chief Keef story with that age group, right? The 18 to 24, which is out there, I have 1.3%. They're not coming to check me for that. They're checking the act. I bet you academics from 18 to 24, you probably got 1,000,000% on that, 100% on that. So that's the crowd he caters to. So even though Jim Jones, him posting it on there and not saying nothing crazy, makes his followers check out Jim Jones' music. He has a catalog. He just did, you know what I'm saying? It's you understand your reach when it comes to this media shit. It's my analytics. I'm not free. This is my analytics. Look, this is it. This is they tell you. They tell you what times are good to go on and everything. I have my gender. It goes 94.8% on males. Females is 5.2%. Shout out to Southern Belle. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? So I really don't have a female following. So again, unless I'm talking about some old school or something that we all know to talk about, I don't cater to the R&B crowd. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Free Fox is in the building. Did you know Free Fox? I'm not doing that. And it goes, other videos watch, you know, breaking new rapper, 5 Guard Hospital. I think 5 Guard's out the hospital. Shout out to 5 Guard. Shout out to East Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I can only say shout out because I fuck with the whole East Harlem shit, Carver Mob salute. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is where something gets real, right? I'm gonna tell you something that's real. We got so accustomed to not dealing with reality, right? Is that we put people on a weird pedestal. Again, like I told you, just a couple of months ago, academics is going in on the older rapper. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're not doing that, Free Fox. We're not doing that, good brother. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't send me my goddamn donation, so I'll make sure you'll see his car scratching. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Scratch, we see Free Fox car, scratch that shit. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? He ain't never sent me my donation. But this is actually, I got the information on here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all see Free Fox scratching shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Free Fox. You know what I'm saying? See, I gotta be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Cause you know what? I can't be mad at y'all, man. No, I can't be mad at the people because people like Free Fox, people like y'all, I had 70.5 million watch time minutes. I appreciate y'all. Do you know in the record industry, that's something that's great. That means truth, lies, freestyles, gossip. Y'all was here for the smoke. I had 600,000, over 600,000 views. I won gold. Thank you to you guys. I won gold, party people. I won gold. And my biggest video is actually with the Big Macs. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Z Black and the Mac Baller family. So shout out to the Mac Baller family. That's great. Thank you to you guys. Thank you to you guys. I gotta thank you. I did that with the help. Crown Courts TV, Hassan Campbell, 050 China Bring the Movement, Solid Dean, Harlem Legend, Average Chatter, Southern Belle, Millionaire Cali, my nigga Smitty Brim, a host of others that came for the support. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Even that, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Appreciate y'all. That's real. This came from YouTube. First time I ever got this, man. And you know, it's gonna get greater later. Congratulations to us. Congratulations to us. Fly Mike is in the building. Listen, cause see me, I was sourced last night. Oh nah, man. I was watching. I'm gonna tell you something. I was watching. Let me tell you something. I was watching America's Got the Mask. What they call the mask thing last night? The thing with America Got Talent. Whatever they call it, that thing with the mask. And I got to hear this guy's story, man. He had the bullhead, and he was telling his story about how he tried to play football that wasn't for him, and he basically found another lane in life. Jewel actually won. She had a very interesting story, you know what I'm saying? But definitely shout out to Jewel. She was the hardhead. And the reason why I take it personal, because in 2021, we have to stop. Let's not judge. We can't detail what the future is. So we can't go, my future grandkids are not going to be like this and be like that, because we don't know what God or whoever has in plans for our kids. I might want a doctor. My grandson might be born with missing arms. I don't know. So I just learned to just love him no matter what. I grew up in an era where it was still anger from the South. Certain traits that we was raised under was because that's what we seen them do to their kids because of certain things. And we kept those traits and brought it into our community. That's why all the hate shit that we go through is that it's learned behaviors. Like I said last night, the Jewish community, they have the regular temple, and then they got the temple for those of the alternative culture. They do. They seriously do. Thank you, Bad Vibes. They completely do. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't know who they are because they don't speak out against each other. And when you speak out about that, the LGBTQ community, they all come together as a collective and get rid of you because they control 80% or 90% of the media. They control the avenues that we want, or they're in a position of power in the avenues that we want. So I'm listening to the guy's story, man. And even though he came in second place, his story was heartfelt, man. Like, damn. Like I said, when I was younger, when we seen 6 girls and 1 guy sitting there, do you think we sat on a bench and spoke on a guy that was playing with Barbie doll, braiding Barbie doll braids with the girls? Like, do you really think that we sat? Yo, look at son, man. You know what I'm saying? No, we didn't do that. We knew who was what was what. We see somebody come outside with 5 noodle pins on their shirt. We knew. You know where he going with this. He wasn't in our way. We played baseball. We played rough touch. We played touch football. We played, hot peas and butter. They wasn't playing with us. He was with the girls, jumping rope, tweely, all that, tweely, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we did that, but that had nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? We showed support. Go over there, some mistake game. Yo, come on, let me play tweely with you. Start doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We wasn't into that. I don't know what type of neighborhood y'all came from. Most of those guys went through a lot of things in their household. But their parents maybe was against that, so they had to hide it, whatever they had to go through. You know what I'm saying? So just think about, you can't be who you are. Some people, to disguise who they really are, they became gang members. Some, to hide who they are, they became killers. Those that hide who they are committed suicide. Accept people for who they are. Just accept them for who they are. That's it. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I really had to make a show on that last night, because I really, it was, because some things are just heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't bully a kid that played with the girls in school. I don't know what school you went to, but we definitely didn't do that where I was from. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't an in-crowd thing. Now, what I'm gonna say is that this is a good month for Jim Jones. The Freddie Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? The Freddie Gibbs. We have the Freddie Gibbs. We have a new police commissioner, African American, sits out of Queensbridge houses. The best thing I say, if you want change, you have to go down to the station and speak your minds, man. You gotta understand what's the difference between reality and just living a false life, right? Like I said, if the people that has influence outside of their complex can't stop certain things, maybe you have to start telling the person who has influence to come to these community board meetings with us and hear the concerns of the people. If you really have control, then you should be able to get into the ears of your constituents on those benches, in those lobbies. That's all you got to do, bro. And you believe it or not, if you have something else to offer them, these kids will go to it. Yo, they got a welding class. What? Yo, you can learn carpentry. Words like that, those type of jobs ain't going nowhere no time soon. They're always building bridges. They're always building all this infrastructure, highways, learn cement work, learn concrete. There's always something. Stop making getting high just the story of your life. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the God, 7 guards in the building, man. Definitely, you know, this is doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to Brooklyn, man. You know, go. Yeah, you're right. A lot of dudes don't want to work. They don't want to work. Dudes want to be gangster. The new thing is being gangster now. Not just young boys, but older dudes. Oh, I'm too gangster to get a job. You're making twos and fews outside. You're only making money if you're the plug. You're only making money if you're the plug. We're gonna do this show that we're gonna do in a couple. I gotta put it together. I gotta set the steam yard. You know what I'm saying? Learning stocks, learning different conversations, learning stocks, make connections. Yeah, even grown people. Yo, fuck, I'm too ill for this shit. I ain't gonna get a job. I'm too ill for this shit. Come on, man. Salute to the chat, man. When does it's time to grow up? Exactly, man. Because no matter what, right? No matter what, gang member, you could be Muslim, you could be 5%, you could be Christian and Catholic. You are still a human. You are still who you are. You can only blame people for the choices that you physically make. I've learned that the choices I made, I can't blame Christianity. I can't blame the crack era. Because at some point, I had a chance to walk away. See, there's a chance to walk away in the story. I can't blame gang because I had a chance multiple times to walk away. So once you begin to work on yourself and understand who you are, you can't go, well, I'm not gang no more, or I'm not captain no more because of this. It's because it's not working for you. When something's not working for you and you're continuously doing the same thing, it's called insanity. You're getting the same results. I kept getting the same results. I failed as a drug dealer. I failed as a drug dealer. I got some good war stories. It's entertaining, but I failed. I didn't get the big house out the game. I didn't get a doorman building out the game. I was outside though. I did all this shit legally. Doorman building. Yo, my toilet stopped up. 2 seconds. Ding, you here. I didn't get to that till I went legit. But I've been legit for the last 7 years. You understand what I'm saying? I began to enjoy who Ezekiel Matthew is. You know what I'm saying? And my man told me that. Shout out to my man Spoken Kilo, man. PT 131 crew. You know what I'm saying? I can honestly admit that. My man was like, yo, he started from writing graffiti. They had a crew already called ACA. They had a crew already. And my little projects, I helped try to create what's called LDP, the Lexington Demo Posse. This had to be like 86, 87. Right? I went over their tags one day. That's when I made some like mud. // Back then, when you went for somebody named graffiti, they want to fight. What happened? They came looking for, where your man Zeke at? They want to fight. You know what I'm saying? We had a conversation, yo, why you keep going over our name? But I think I was going over their name because what they was doing caught my attention. Yo, these young boys is cool. They write graffiti. They got G.I. Joes. They stayed. You know, even though it was a cracker, but he was always dip. They had a dog. They had the dog with them, Duke. They had a pit bull with them. My crew was in the back of the projects. We played wiffle ball. Nothing wrong with that. Shout out to my man Tyree, man. Shout out to Ty Bless, man. My man Teddy and all of them. You know what I'm saying? From Lexington Projects. Yeah, the wiffle ball league kept us out of trouble. But that became an attraction. Yo, I want to be like them niggas. They cool. They on the avenue with the OGs. Wow, we going to get quarter waters and chips. They on the corner playing with pit bulls, walking through 3rd Ave. Then one day, in front of the building, and they said, yo, you want to get down? Bet. And then I became ACA. But then at that time, they changed ACA to 131. Shout out to my man Wise Blunt. 131 wasn't 131st Street. It was just, they was doing number crews and graffiti. That's what my man was teaching me on. You know what I'm saying? You had the 156 crew. You had other crews too that had numbers with them. You know what I'm saying? That's when I got down with 131. And then from 131, they made PT and then shit got crazy. You know what I'm saying? Duke bit me too. But you understand what I'm saying? The pit bit me too. Wado and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it was into the dogs. That's the right graffiti. Rest in peace, Sweepy, Dead End Kids. He used to tell us about, you know, the graffiti stuff, You know, shout out to the whole the Dead End Kids from Humfresh and Lex. Hell yeah, facts, Wise Blim, you know what I'm saying? This is back in the days. Back in the days. It was over, you know, everyone knows. I ran with the TDT crew. I'm telling you, don't want to hear about Zeke, the TDT crew. They was a little more aggressive. It was crazier names like Crazer, Troller, Wiggs, Ari, Spick. Those are some dangerous names. You know what I'm saying? Those are the names I was around. This was the TDT crew. They was part of 131. You know what I'm saying? But they was just down the hill. I started running with them. These dudes, Harry, rest in peace, Keller, Harry. That's how I met Jova. That's how I met Jova from TDO in Old Metro. That's how I met Dover from 357 crew. That's how I met DE3, right graffiti with these niggas. That's how I met Dev, CM. You'll probably be seeing Niceo, CM. That's how I met these niggas, because these niggas, my niggas is really heavy on the graffiti. Remember, Kilo used to write with Clark ID in the Bronx, too. But Kilo, a lot of niggas don't know that Kilo's from East Harlem. He was from East Harlem, then he moved to the Bronx, right there on Park Avenue. If you know the history, that's the history of the crew I was running with. He wrote graffiti. That's how I met the 501 crew. That's how I met Matt Reefer. Like I told you, Niceo. Y'all, if you're in New York City, y'all know that CM fan, that Criminal Minded shit. Y'all probably DJ Law said, that's on Cities. He was like one of the leaders of that CM clan, that CM shit. Criminal Minded. See? That's where I come from. Then, like he said, shit got all crazy, and they started taking all packs, and shit was on go. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it was. But more of the story, what I'm saying is, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is, back in the days, there was a guy, I think he was down with the 501 crew. There's a graffiti artist named J.A.1. Yeah, Lord Sayre, you know what I'm saying? He's down with that CM, the CM dudes, yep, CM, the CM. We was cool with Dev. Dev used to come to our block and hang out with us. Just like Jouts 167 used to come on our block and hang out with us. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you that was the crew we ran with. It was young boys in the come up. I got to see the TAT crew do the whole Graffiti Hall of Fame. I met Bio TAT, Nice TAT, Brent TAT, T-Kid TAT, Joey TDS. Jody TDS, I think it's some Lehman projects. I got the first time I seen Ghost, RS. You know what I'm saying? Big white boy with the long bone. He from like Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Ghost RS. Met them at the Hall of Fame. I met Vulcan TFA. The TFA crew, that's K-Slade crew. You know what I'm saying? I met Vulcan. That's where I met Vulcan at. Vulcan was selling jackets with Chino BYI. You know Chino BYI. If you from New York, that 7 line, Chino BYI. They were selling jackets on Broadway in the Village by NYU. Where Def Jam used to be at, remember? Remember, Def Jam was on Elizabeth Street, then they moved to where McDonald's is at, that side door. That's where at one point they was doing MTV, what's that? MTV hip-hop shit. Yo MTV, you know what I'm saying? They was doing segments. That's where you see them performances at. It was at Def Jam, in that office. You know what I'm saying? I went there one time with my cousin Passion to pick up some records. It was right there in the Village off of Broadway. It was popping. See, I've been around. My cousin was on the radio. I got the experience. I got to see that where Ed Lover and Dr. Dre was shooting those rap videos. They was doing it at Def Jam. That's how close the culture was. It was at Def Jam right there. It was popping. That's just an experience. But I was like graffiti. I wasn't the best writer. My man Spoke with them was getting crazy. Spoke, Kilo, they was good. They was getting bananas. Sace was killing the trucks. You saw killing the trucks. He was killing those sanitation trucks on 100th Street. He was killing them shits. I used to be like, that's me, man. I see 4 sanitation trucks come by. Key one like this. You know what I'm saying? PT 131. More of the story, right? There's a rapper called JA1. He was like America's Most Wanted. Niggas hated this nigga. This nigga father, they lean on me. Yep, 74RD. See, they was in our hood. 357 crew. Remember, they from like upper east side. Salute. They was from the upper east side. They used to hang out by John J. Poole. Come on, bro. That was my graffiti days. That's how long I've been outside. I was in the coaches. Like I said, I was in the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew Cash TFT when he was still Cash TFT. Before JJ What Up North, he was Zash TFT. Rest in peace, JJ Slade. And Jazz, you know, TFT, they was fucking with TFA, with K Slade. Then you had the TRC crew. Then you had my man Sace. Then Sace started writing with Side. They formed a crew called GNR. That's when Deep Freeze and Prince was getting busy in the 80s. The East Army crew, EA men. All this shit in graffiti. That's when we met niggas. Like Zone CRT, Lady Zone. She was a chick in the hood. It's like graffiti called Lady Zone CRT. OWAR, KR, all them wrote graffiti. The High Post crew, By 3. Lendell, they used to call them Holly Puerto Ricans because the only black person that they said was down with them was Lendell. He passed away. Caesar. High Post, is a rock, High Post. You know what I'm saying? High Post. Y'all might have seen they block on Living Lifestyle joint on 107th Street in Lex. That was that crew, FTB for the block, Gold Rush Mall. You know what I'm saying? That's all that East Harlem graffiti shit. Shout out to Shock, rest in peace, Shock TWB, Jacob TWB, Hard TWB, Fury TWB. I was down with TWB too. Shout out to my writing partner, Taser, 131 PT. I'm taking you back. Want to know about Z Black? I'm taking you there. That's what we was doing. Go downtown. Dude, all my mans, Uno and them went to Seward Park. Cats, they all went to Seward Park. No, you not. So we was outside. We had over 100 niggas down with us. We had these 2 white boys. We had a little over. We had OD and Dr. Seuss. If you ride in downtown Queens, you see a piece on the train. It goes Seuss R.I.P. He used to ride with us. That was our Queen connection. The 7 line boys. But the BYI crew was getting crazy over there. Ghost of them was getting crazy over there. This is graffiti I'm telling you about. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it on the ones. I want to be like Jaws, Easy, Trap, Josh 5. They was all city. They was black. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Jaws, Bester. Those niggas you want to be like yo, everywhere you went, you see, the only other person you seen like them everywhere you went was J.A.1. Back to John Addison. His father made Lean on Me. John Addison. That's his pops. John, notice how much you had to drop. You told me you had to. Everybody hated him, but everybody seemed to know where he lived. Everybody said he lived on like 86th Street in Central Park West. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he lived on 86th. This is how much dudes used to hate his guts, bro. Exactly, bro. I'm in Queens, 7-line easy, Josh Trap, Josh 5. I was like, yo, that's crazy, B. That was crazy. Because when you went on the Bronx, you was on outside lines, it was Coke. Then you had the Coke, so Coke and Coke 2, the same people allegedly, but Coke, KD, OTB, out the bomb crew, Med, you know what I'm saying? MED and all that shit. That niggas is killing the highways. Blockbusters. And a host of others, man. That I can remember. I remember I used to see KB from UW all the time, Dominican kid, killing the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is 106 in Park. Remember that show, 106 in Park? Well, across the street is Junior High School 13, Carbon Projects, when you go through the tunnel. That building, where across the street, there was a studio there. That's when they first did 106 in Park. That's where they were shooting the shit at. You know what I'm saying? That studio also is where they used to shoot Sesame Street at, and a host of other shows. I believe right now that's where they're shooting the Nick Cannon show at. Right there on 106th Street, 106 in Park. But across the street is an illegal war, but an illegal war since the 80s. That means you can get crazy on the walls. So I used to be in the wall, I used to be like this. My man Spoke said, yo, you gotta learn this shit. You gotta get a style. You gotta learn this shit. So I started to learn this shit. I wasn't the best writer, bro, but I just happened to be up everywhere. Stickers and all type of shit. Hitting the sticker shots for my man 10-1. FC, that whole FC crew, you know what I'm saying? I remember we went all the way down to Fulton Projects to try to meet Coast and Doc from KRT. You know what I'm saying? They was getting busy. The Co and Doc, they was getting crazy. Coast and Doc. You know what I'm saying? That's how much that shit was like a drug. Writing graffiti. Stealing cans, he had stickers, we had the markers, everywhere we went. Key one, throwing stickers on church RC. That's a fact, bro. That's the shit that I grew up under. Then shit got all crazy. Man. So I can read a brief history about Zeke Black. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the East Harlem writers. Shout out to all our writers in East Harlem. All that was during the Decept era, the low life era. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte Dean, peace to Uncle Black, and peace to the chat. I just want to say thank you to Zeke. Appreciate you. Please keep doing what you do. It's a fact, man. Shout out to Harlem in the building, man. Because everybody wrote graffiti. How about the GHP? They was writing. Rest in peace, Kid Cole, light skin. They was writing. GHP. They used to try to do little pieces, hit great to Q Dogs. Remember the KRS crew out of Douglas? Keeper and all them niggas? Then you also had Scene. The legend Scene. We can't forget about the legend Scene. He's a legend. Hold up, party people. Hold up. I may have this. Now, this is a legendary writer doing a documentary. He's Sin One. Y'all know Sin One, right? Remember Sin One? Upper West Side? Rocksteady Park? You remember them? IBM crew? Rocksteady Boys, Rocksteady crew? Then you have Sin One. Follow him on IG.
Man, peace. My brother, thank you. I appreciate that, man. It was a good surprise. I just got on here and I saw this and I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. We all inspire each other, so I'm really honored and proud. Thank you. Let's keep up that good work, man. You know, I'm just trying to make sure this younger generations, we could try and like reach them a little bit and give them a better image of what we should be as kings and queens, gods and goddesses, instead of, you know, them running around the way they are. So definitely I appreciate your energy as well. And keep up the great work. And I just wanted to drop you this quick voice message because I'm running around. I hope you don't mind. But thank you again. That energy is what keeps me going as an old guy. But anyway, have a great day and thank you again. Peace.
That's from San One. Follow him on IG. San One. You see who this is, man. Very, very much in the culture. In the culture. He has a documentary coming out talking about b-boying, about the visual graffiti crews and all that. San One from the Upper West Side. Those are the dudes we idolized. Let me tell you something else. They fixed the train tracks on the, you know, like, what's that, 10th Avenue? But you got that walkway now? That used to be Amtrak. It used to go into a tunnel. That tunnel, we used to write graffiti in. We used to kill the wall. My man's brought me there. My man, what's his son's name, man? Sterling and all these niggas. The niggas that went to LaGuardia High School. Shout out to Gumby, you up. That's how I know Gumby BF. You up. My man Felix went to LaGuardia High School. Gumby went there. But even though my man Phil went there, because Gumby from Bushwick, you know what I'm saying? My man Bally, K.O.T. That's how I was in tune with Bushwick, fucking with Bally. Bally went to Norman Thomas. So when I pulled up to LaGuardia High School, across the street from Amsterdam Projects and across the street from Martin Luther King, I met Gumby through Bally. I also met Yusuf Salam because Yusuf Salam went to LaGuardia. You know exactly, Mr. Warbucks. It was right under Riverside Park. Going that tunnel, dudes like, it's mad homeless people over there, bro. Mad homeless dudes over there. We was getting crazy. Mad fiends in them tunnels, bro. You should write mad, because on the West Side Highway, that's where Antoinette did a video with it, I believe. They used to do rap videos over there. Antoinette was a rapper that was going back and forth with MC Light back in the days. If I'm correct. See, nobody talks about that rap battle between MC Light and Antoinette. 10% diss and all that. See, this is the old guy. This is old New York. We talking about before they fixed the highway. When that Riverside Park was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Riverside Park. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Where they built the new Trump Towers at by the West Side Highway. Somewhere over there, they had them train tunnels. We used to write mad graffiti in there. You know what I'm saying? Downtown. They got, and it comes out to those things, right? To that walkway shit, I believe. I believe when you keep going, it goes into that walkway from right. Yep. Hitman Howard T. We can't forget about Hitman Howard T. Chubb Rock. I believe Special Ed. I could be wrong, but I remember. Let me tell you something. The whole attraction of Special Ed was he had, I think, D-Steps and Low Lives in his video, my nigga. That's what had us hype. Like, yo, we got them D-Steps, the Low Live niggas. Shout out to Flatbush. I believe he did the video at Erasmus High School. I could be wrong. He had either the D-Steps that was dancing, because back then, there was dance crews back then. Shout out to X-Clan. There was dance crews back then. You had the IBM dancers. You had mad when we roamed from the East Side. When we roamed from the East Side, danced with a crew called Ziggy. That's my man Ron, the guy with the dreads. He's from my projects. That's my guy. My homegirl, she used to dance with them in the clubs downtown. Yes, the low lives. That's what we was hyped. Like, yo, he got the low life. That's what he was like, yo, he had the low life. And I believe the high school he did it was Erasmus. That was the era. That was the era. Scoop and scrap. That was the dance era. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these killers, like pimping on them, like Pimp, was dancing. Dudes was dancing. That's what dudes did. They had dance crews. And some dance crews got on, bro. You like this. My homegirl Jasmine, she went to school with us. She used to be doing all that dancing and all that, dressing like house music and all that, you know what I'm saying? She got on. Hold on, somebody, hold on a second. Hello? So, she got on. She was on Queen Latifah's first Flavor Unit album. That's history. The first Flavor Unit album with a group called Bigger Sister, Jasmine. Remember that? It was dance crews back then. We done got out of this. Remember that? We went to the club with your crew. We used to dance too. Do that house music, all that club music, all that dancing. Dudes had dance groups, dance routines. Scoop and Scrap was killing them. You know how many times we be in the crib practicing dance moves that them dudes did or video from video music box? We be practicing all day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of them was into that because they was going downtown. A lot of dudes was going downtown. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those clubs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes was going downtown. But a lot of those crews, those are the ones that was going on those early tours. Like my cousin danced with Raw Bass first 2 albums. He went on the world tour, It Takes Two. You know what I'm saying? Him and some kid named Gerard. My cousin name is Leonard. He went on the world tour with Raw Bass. You know what I'm saying? The IBM dancers was going on tour with dudes. They was in a whole nother world. Because that was a different time. See, the Village is where the label was at. A lot of labels was in the Village. We used to be in a joint like this, doing all this craziness, trying to learn that dance shit. So the next party we go to, we turning up. That's the whole thing. That's how we got the chicks. You start turning up in the go, black, go, you start doing all this, that tricks. Them Brooklyn niggas, I swear to God, Brooklyn niggas was on the money with that dance shit, bro. Shout out to the OG K Born in the building. I Am Community Inc. Get in tune with him, bro. That's the guy who made New Rap Generation. We used to be in the crib like this, practicing that Scoop and Scrap shit. That was crazy. Because then you just had to see Harlem was too fresh with them Brooklyn niggas come through. They had the blowouts, blonde in their hair. That was a Brooklyn thing, getting your eyebrows. Imagine you see a whole bunch of Harlem niggas. You see a whole bunch of Harlem niggas with their shit cut, blonde. Yo, it was crazy. Shout out to K Born, man. New Rap, exactly. Y'all probably heard his song and paid in full, some of y'all, but he's a rap legend. They're playing his song, Kiss FM, BLS, any other, Ted Smooth, Teddy Ted and all of them. He was out. Jive Records. He was rocking when Kumo D was rocking, when he had the Wild Wild West, when Kumo D had the little beef with LL. That's what we bringing it back to, man. That's shit I come from. We used to be in the crib. Yo, I remember you go to a club and be like, yo, but them Brooklyn niggas will show up, 2 guns. It was always crazy with Brooklyn niggas, man. They got their dance crew, then they got the goons with them. So the goons start snatching chains, bumping into you all crazy, but they got their dancing on. That was the era. Chef Rock, what's his name? Hot Sauce was in Chef Rock, right? He mastered that fucking Money Man shit. Exactly, he mastered that shit, bro. He mastered that Money Man shit. Bob and everything. The parties I went to in high school, Norman Thomas High School, the DJ used to be Little Louis Vega. For those who know who Little Louis Vega is, he's still big on the international DJ scene. We got to experience him in his humbling beginnings. But he was there. This is the same guy who DJed for Kingpins at Roseland. Because Roseland at that point in time was where all the big time bosses hung out. From Boy George to Jose Lito to all these Dominican niggas. They had their club Roseland, and they also had the Palladium. They had other spots. The rooftop was open back then too, but you had other spots dudes was going to. Shout out to Brooklyn, man. We watched dudes create a lifestyle of wearing polo into $1 million, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, remember that? Leslie from all the videos, all the videos, bro. Y'all remember it was me, Uno. Uno's my man, Aaron. Kelvin. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Exactly. Miss Playboy, like, yo, hell yeah. Tell me like this, dog. MC Hammer, yo, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The first time I heard MC Hammer was that song, Turn This Mother Out. That was on Video Music Box. He was into the dancing shit. Niggas was like, yo! Because remember, I had that group D57. We see this guy doing all these dance moves, and we was like, yo, this is crazy. He said, yeah, people in New York are saying this and that about you. Yo, at one point, we used to hear groups like the Autobots, Decepticons. You start hearing it. Turn this mother, Yo, dudes was really, it was crazy. Razors, the arms razors and the hatchets. Then boom. We also had another group, the Jungle Brothers. Yep, the Jungle Brothers, bro. Welcome to the jungle. That was the joint. Welcome to the jungle. We used to be like this. People went crazy. We talking about way before Can't Touch This. We used to watch this nigga on Video Music Box and be like, yo, this nigga killing him with the dancing. He had the group doing all. He was like, yo. Remember, we had Big Daddy Kane. Rakim wasn't a dancer. The biggest dancing scene we seen with Rakim when he had his son dancing in the video. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all Rakim did. Kane was getting crazy with Scoop and Scrap. Heavy D was getting crazy. I think one of them died. I think one of the dancers died. That was one with Heavy D. Rest in peace, Hev. I think he died at one of their shows. That was, yo, dudes was look at this shit, mimic this shit. Like, yo, this is dope, B. Yeah. The first time I heard De La Soul was Red Alert was playing a record. Playing that plug 1, plug 2, plug 1, plug 2. That shit had niggas like, yo, that was dope before Power Holes in My Lawn. I think their first album had like 50 songs on that shit. You know what I mean? I think they had a lot of music on that first album. But you also had another group that was hot, but they didn't go no too far. You had Cool Chip and them from Bronx, from Bronxwood and all that, from uptown, where Flex is from. Then you had another group that had a song called Strong Island. That beat was crazy. Those were the days you went to Brooklyn like this. Remember that? I forgot what's that? The UFC, the UF something force, something UF something force. You had that song Strong Island. You know what I'm saying? That shit was strong. Yep. Chuck Chill Out and Cool Chip. Facts. Then you had the one Me Myself and Up JVC Force. That beat was crazy. Used to be like this. Those are the days when you went to Brooklyn and niggas had low on. That shit was Low City, Benetton City. Yup, JVC Force. They was from Long Island. I don't know. I think that Long Island. That song Strong Island. That shit was working, bro. All this shit we heard on Red Alert. We heard. I listened to shout out to Crazy Sad. I listened to Kiss FM. Friday night, Saturday night is all BLS. But my man was on up there with them. Shout out to DJ Chili Q and all of them. You know what I'm saying? But not Chili Q ain't my man, but my man Frito. Frito, that was Marty Marr's nephew. He went to Norman Thomas with us. He used to answer the phones. That's after Mr. Magic left. And then they called it the In Control Show. Yeah, that was that era, man. The next one was that, and then I'm gonna tell you what was dope. Queen Latifah when she first popped. Her and Money Love, that shit worked, bro. We was like, yo, she killed it. Then Money Love killed it. Remember, we had MC Light already. You know what I'm saying? We had the audio too. A lot of people don't even know that Gibbs, I think he got into an accident or something like that. But before he got into an accident, he not only had a record deal for them, because you know Positive K was down with them. Positive K had a hit. You know what I'm saying? Positive K, he was down with them. But he also had a production deal with Virgin Records as well. So if he didn't get all, I guess something happened to him, but that didn't happen, he was on his way. Yep, then Money took off. Boom. MC Light was holding it down. After Shantae, it was MC Light. But you had Sparky D. You can't forget about Sparky D from Brownsville. She was repping too. She was going hard in the era too. Can't forget about Sparky D. You know what I'm saying? She was putting in that paint. Internet. We can't forget about those. Those are our female rappers nobody speak about. Sparky D, Internet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that train stop that they stopped on? Yep, shout out to Sparky D. In fact, she was in the game heavy. These are the ones that pushed the. Yep, these are the ones that pushed the culture. Shout out, fucking 4+1. Thinking about. Yep, Miss Melody. Thinking about what I just said about catching the train. Imagine catching the train. Exactly. We used to catch the train. Remember, I used to write graffiti. So I was in depth. We used to be like, yo, I remember we was watching Video Music Box. Me, back to my man, me, Uno, Juan Boots was popping. Me, Ari Uno, my man Spoke. And we sitting, we watching Coogee rap old bitches. You was like, yo, how y'all niggas love Meek Mills with that Dream and Nightmare shit? We was like, yo, snorkels, rocky jackets, 40 belows. That shit was crazy. We seen them niggas all the time. Him, I ain't gonna front, Just Ice all the time. I give Just Ice his props. We talking about when he had that song, It's a Suicide. I remember? It's a suicide, do that about suicide, it's a suicide. He had the other joint, was rocking. Shout out to Ron Book, shout out to West Side Harlem, man. You know what I'm saying? You should be like this. You know, you see too a lot? Careless Wayne, always on the train getting off on 14th Street. You have to keep in mind, all the labels was downtown. They had this spot. If y'all remember Astro Place, remember across the street, they had the barbershop spot where dudes was getting all type of designs on their head. Right there, right when you walk down the basement, right there on Astro Place, you're going towards the corner. Astro Place is the first scene of MC Light when she's rapping about paper thin. That train stop, that's Astro Place. That's the beginning of the village. You know what I'm saying? That's the beginning of the village. You go on Broadway, that's where all the stores was at. A Street used to have mad shoe stores over there. And when you went to the corner on A Street, you had BBQs. That's the era. Dudes used to go to the village to get all the exclusives. When you walked on A Street, it was mad sneakers, mad spots over there. Yep, Astor Place, facts. 6 line, 4 line. Bleecker Street is next. Yep, Sweet Tea. Bamboo earrings and all that. Canal Street. Dudes go running through Canal Street crazy. There's a million spots I had. BBQ was right there on 8 from that corner. But when you went down that block, it was nothing but shoes and sneaker stores. Hell yeah. Nikki D. Remember that? Nikki D. Facts. These are all female rappers. Part of the culture. Like I said, when I went to Def Jam with my cousin to pick some records up, there's a group. The guy was running, this one third base. Yep. They used I Am Community. They used to give us free hair because of Astro Place, because quite as kept, it was a school and only a handful of certified professional barbers. See? They had mad niggas pictures up there. Definitely the rappers. LL, boom, they did mad designs. That's dope to hear that. It was actually a school, bro. That shit on Astro Place. So we went, because over there by Astro Place is NYU. Not, you know what I'm saying? There's NYU. There's mad NYU schools over there. Even though NYU, y'all see on the Upper East Side, they had like dorms and shit like that on that side. I asked Miss Playful. Told you it was different. So like I said, yup, Jabot jeans from Bang Bang in Brooklyn. And what's that other spot? My man, what's that other shit? West Fort. And y'all know what's so funny, Vainglorious? Bang Bang on Broadway, right? Is that the one by 4th from Broadway? Right in the corner. It was a whole Jabot store right by the basketball courts. Yes. Because across the street was Wings. They had that Wings shit back then. Wings was a variety of clothes. You could buy it, you know what I'm saying? But the Jabot spot was on 4th from Broadway. That's a fact, my nigga. In the Limelight, that's church shit. That was a whole other scene, though. You know what I'm saying? That Limelight, but the guy who owned Limelight helped put together Bronx Tale. Peter Gation. Peter Gation also owns the Tunnel and a host of other clubs. Yep, the Roxy. The Roxy was another dope spot. You know what I'm saying? That's hip. Those are the hip hop days. You know what? To be honest with you, what you think about Korea and France still in our hip hop, pop locking culture? They've been doing it, Miss Playful. They've been, and since the beginning, they was. I used to see books about the Asians of hip hop, the French, because remember when hip hop was first being created in Europe, they was attached to it already because of jazz. Jazz was big in France already. So when you begin to bring the hip hop over there, we didn't know, but hip hop was very big, been very big in Europe. I remember seeing books about the Asians with this hip hop in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning. I'm talking about in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I seen documentaries with them, you know what I'm saying? It's just that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? But I seen them in books. I seen it in books. So they've been a part of the culture as long as the culture been in existence. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that rave music, that techno music, that sound. When we first heard about techno, it was a lot of skinheads. You know what I'm saying? It was we thought it was a skinhead thing. No, not techno, that hard rock, that heavy metal, because in Europe, the skinheads, that was their form of music, that heavy metal. So that's how we looked at it. Oh, that's that sound of music. Yeah, they always been with the culture. They always been around, man. Yeah. It's crazy as it sound. They've always been with the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like that graffiti, breakdancing, pop locking. They always been with the culture. Yep. These dudes was going on tours in Europe. Juice Crew All Stars, when they went on tour in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that spot he talked about, I remember, because he had the Jabot spot. You go 4th and Broadway. Now it's funny, 4th and Broadway, because that same avenue, when you walk all the way down, that's 14th Street. Y'all know 14th Street gets a little crazy, but there used to be a club right around that corner, and that's allegedly where Tupac and that girl was on the dance floor, and she did something strange, a little bit of change at that club. That was on that same avenue, but you had to walk all the way down to 14th Street. Because 4th and Broadway was right there, in the basketball courts and the McDonald's. Then across the street was a place called Wings. Because you had the Wings on 86th Street too. Wings was a clothes store, variety clothes store. You know what I'm saying? Those are the Norman Thomas days, man. Hell yeah, shout out to Apache, Gangsta bitch and all that. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Apache. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my man used to dance. My man, what's his name? Clyde. My man Clyde used to dance for Brand Nubian. Yes, Down Generations. That's what I was getting to. Down Generations. You had one that was off of, I believe, Columbus. They should sell mad North Faces over there, right by the Nordica spot. You know what I'm saying? Facts. This is New York. This is New York City. This is the era. Decepticons. You had Down Generation. That's where niggas was buying $800 North Faces for. You know what I'm saying? With the big North Face hats and all that. You know what I'm saying? Those were the spots. You know what I'm saying? Yep, the Columbia joints and all that, because it was a ski spot. Yeah, you know ABGBK. Yes. Church, have it going to Trent Tales, exactly. I knew the spots, everybody had their spots they went to. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop is always there because the people because remember, as it was blowing here, remember, Quincy Jones, he didn't blow in America off of jazz. He blew in Europe. Then he came back, and that's when he did Michael Jackson's album, and the rest is history. But Quincy Jones in America was on the chilling circuit. In Europe, he became a star. Then he came back from France, wherever he was at in Europe, and that's when he did the second album of Michael Jackson, and the rest is history. Yeah, it was crazy, man. All this is classic New York, the era. New York everybody has their New York story. It's just not, it can't be narrated by one person because everybody has their different time in New York. Snorkels, KB Kong, We went to spots that was popular. Mr. G's. Dudes went to KB Con just to say they bought sneakers, spot builds out of KB Con or Uptown. Niggas took their chances going to Jew Man and getting robbed just to say they bought a snorkel out of there. You know what I'm saying? Just to say that they purchased some garments out of there. Yeah. Dudes would go to certain spots. Dr. J's on 125 just to say he's on 125th Street and bought some Adidas or some good jeans. The Sherlins. Remember the Sherlins? Told you, dudes would take their chance going to Jew Man just to get robbed. They say, yo, I went to Jew Man last week and niggas clipped me. You know what I'm saying? Just to say, I'll be square more. You know what I'm saying? I'll be square more. Yeah, the wolves be out there. A lot of dudes used to say that he was paying the wolves to book niggas. That was the word on the street. You know what I'm saying? But the wolves be like, you have to go to Jew Man like you going to commissary with your crew. Hell yeah, definitely. The Rocky jackets and all that, you know what I'm saying? Now you know I gotta get ready to go to work, man. You know what I'm saying? You know I gotta get ready to go to work. And I definitely appreciate y'all. This is for the culture, man. Go check out Wild Style. Check out Wild Style. Check out good movies, good shows to watch. Wild Style, Beat Street, Breaking. But one thing about Wild Style, and there's another one, is Style Wars. The people that put that together was people that worked for something called the Village Voice. The Village Voice was definitely a liberal newspaper, free newspaper in New York City. That was where all the money was at. Park Slope. Park Slope's the area that they used for Bill Cosby. The house. That's Park. That was supposed to be the Park Slope section. The Village Voice is all through there. So as they was the only newspaper that began to talk positive about the culture. Because according to Ed Koch, everything that the culture was doing was illegal. Graffiti was illegal. You know what I'm saying? Breakdancing was illegal to be outside breakdancing for money. All that was deemed dangerous out the ghettos of uptown. They made it into a culture how they put it out there. So a lot of people that was involved with the Village Voice, they began to do documentaries. And that's how you had Style Wars. They started bringing producers in from Europe, and they was doing these documentaries. So the people that was involved with the first two, Style Wars and Wild Style, those people wasn't from America. These were Europeans. So as they debated this shit in America, that shit was being debated in Europe at the same damn time. Think about it. The people, and y'all can Google this shit. The guy who helped make B Street, one of the guys that helped do the storyline with Bambaataa and a couple of other guys at the round table to make B Street was the guy from the Village Voice. The guy that helped get the, you know what I'm saying? The individual that went and snatched dudes up to do the documentaries on Style Wars. Bringing dudes from Europe. Told you, the people that actually filmed was from Europe, Europeans. They went back to Europe and they started showing the same content they did in America, they showed it in Europe. So at the same time, our culture was being, that's why hip hop is so big out there, because as we grew, they grew, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a liberal magazine. You know what I'm saying? It's a liberal magazine, Core. You know what I'm saying? It's a liberal magazine. You know what I'm saying? It's a very liberal magazine. It's in all the influential areas in New York City. When you're going downtown from Manhattan to Park Slope, you know what I'm saying? It's a liberal magazine. It's where the privileged, they read about what's going on in the city with that free magazine. So that's what made people that had money and influence, they got addicted to hip hop through the first, you can basically say the first source magazine was the Village Voice. To be honest with you, to keep all the way a hundo with you, the first actual source magazine for hip hop was the Village Voice, because they used to always report on the culture from a positive perspective. You know what I'm saying? And then by them doing it, you have people like Mark Wahlberg, who's the guy who made the Crackers Whack Wall. They started bringing graffiti artists to these galleries, art galleries, meeting rich people, meeting Blondie and the rest of these people, meeting rich people, people that got influence. Basquita, whatever his name is, these guys was artists that's now bringing the graffiti artists from uptown to these art galleries. Keith Haring, yes, he's another one. That's his name. It was Mark Wahlberg and Keith Haring. They was bringing these guys uptown, to downtown, meeting rich people. That's how you have people like Crazy Legs and them sitting around Madonna. That's that art gallery scene. The money. People were buying people artwork canvases back then, paying thousands of dollars. This is before. So shout out to that, the culture. Shout out to Blondie for bringing out Funky 4+1 on Saturday Night Live. They're the first rap group to ever be on national TV as a group. Fab Five Freddie, Blondie. He brought her uptown to 183rd, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Because back then it was rough. He wasn't going uptown. He wasn't just going uptown. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Now I gotta get ready to go to work. I appreciate you. Yo, Saladin, call me. Saladin, hit me. Call me. Definitely salute. Come from a culture. It's a culture. But we did need the diversity. So shout out to the Village Voice for giving us a voice. Because we needed another culture, see? The information, the power of the people to help hip-hop get where it goes. So when somebody goes, why is hip-hop so big in America? Look at Wild Style and Style Wars, and then you realize why. Plus other shows. But watch those. The people who directed it wasn't people from America. The people that helped put that together, those was Europeans. That was going back to their countries, and then they showing this on their networks. Now you think about jazz. Jazz, like I said, in Europe, African Americans, in certain parts of Europe, we had a little bit more rights than in America. It shows through our jazz players that left the chipping circuit and boom. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the show. I just hope that Hassan, Campbell, and Trife Gangsta has a show. It's great dialogue and it's peaceful and respectful. And hit that button. With that being said, man, I appreciate all y'all. Miss Playful was in the building. Everybody, Javier was in the building. Benin, Bendito. Shout out to my wifey, Southern Belle. Shout out to the whole Midwest. Shout out to East Harlem. See, I could talk about New York because I'm from New York. You know what I'm saying? That's why I could talk about New York. I'm from here. Salute, Terrence. Exactly. Shoot to my block, Lexington Avenue. Why don't y'all go to Adam Torres? He's throwing a big concert in New York City. Check out his Adam Torres concerts on IG. Check him out. If you're in New York City area, yeah, he's throwing a nice concert at the Michael Big, yep. They was bringing they're the ones that was bringing the first person to tell me about a gallery, the galleries, was Dog TRC from East Harlem. He said, like, y'all going to the art galleries. I'm like, what? We never imagined that. Imagine writing on the walls or going to art galleries where people are buying your canvases, paying thousands of dollars for some shit that you just did in your house. Shout out to Dog TRC, word. There is my man Izzo Rock. Shout out to the two Desperados. My man June, Sunspoon. You know what I'm saying? My man Mankind. Definitely we here. We here for the culture. With that being said, Uptown was real. We took something that poor people put together, not just blacks but Puerto Ricans. A lot of people don't even know in fame, in that first 5 minutes, that breakdancer, Forsey Freeze, he was a part of the Rocksteady crew. Rest in peace, Forsey. What's his name? Forsey Freeze, right? On the West Side. He's part of the Rocksteady crew. He's in the beginning scenes of Fame. When he first comes on, Fame, I want to live forever. I want to look through the stars. All that shit was real. Shout out to the Rocksteady crew, man. Shout out to the Rocksteady crew, man. Duke was in that show. He had him in that piece. He was doing a little breakdance joint in the beginning. Forsey Freeze, I believe he passed away. That might have been his name, something Freeze. He was done with the Rocksteady crew. I'm going to say we do this for the culture. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for Feliz Navidad. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? Leroy is a little different. You know what I'm saying? R.P. Leroy. Leroy's grandmother got caught with a drug conspiracy in the 80s. His family was getting money uptown by like 155th and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Timothy Simmons from 155th of Amsterdam. You heard? That one project building. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, we love the culture. We love y'all. Stay positive. Sometimes you gotta think for other people. Don't overreact and don't react to just your emotions from an emotional standpoint. With that being said, I love you, Southern Belle. I know you was in the building. Peace. That's it.